let's see what we got here. Let's look at this one. What is this one? Oh, it's the baby Dreams of Gaia. It's the baby one. I love that. I think, and I could be wrong, I totally could be wrong, but I may have kept the bigger sized one, and I hope I didn't. I really hope I didn't in retrospect. I might have my mom send it, to be honest, have her digging around in my boxes of decks. I may have kept that one, the big one in the States, and brought this one because I was like, oh, it's smaller. I like the matte. I like, I like that it's, it just has the little, although I would have appreciated if there was like more of a, just kind of similar to the bigger card where the keyword or whatever it is, if it's the majors or the minors, actual have the keyword versus just that, but that's okay. That's okay. I've worked with the big one enough to get around with this one just fine. I'm happy that it's here though, to be honest, because I've been missing my Dreams of Gaia. In the prior video, I mentioned that this deck is very much like my hug deck. I go to this when I'm like really struggling with a particular relationship, not just my marriage, but I'm talking about friendships or a situation that I've just like kind of racking my brain, and I work with this deck and I love the messages that always come through. The guidebook, I can't even think of it. The big version, the larger version is amazing. That makes it worth it to me to get it a second time. That guidebook. I might do that, to be honest with you. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. So I'm happy. I'm happy, very happy that this one is here. I'm already starting to feel more like myself with my decks, my babies being back with me, although not all of them are here. But I talked to my husband today. We were on the same page, and I am going back to the States for a little spell to, visit with family, for sure, but also to collect some more decks. Hey, I'm so happy this one is here. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. That's another Hay House deck. I was also missing this deck and kicking myself for not packing it, but again, I had to draw the line somewhere on what could come with me on the plane versus what needed to be packed and shipped. So not because I didn't love it. I actually love this deck quite a bit. It is a beautiful deck. I love the guidebook. I think I brought that one with me. And I just love the images she chose. And I've seen where people have trimmed this deck, and it's gorgeous trimmed. But there's something about also keeping the frame here, this white frame. I don't know. It just looks like a white frame to me, and it really works for me for these cards. The borders. I know we call them borders, but to me, it almost looks like a white picture frame, and I like that very much. I'm happy it's here. I was missing this deck. If I had to say, like, the decks that I was missing the most this would be one of them, as well as the Dreams of Gaia and my Stretch Tarot. Gosh, I got ash on my table. Damn. Horizontal. Dang. Oh well. We'll just cover that up with a crystal. Let's see. What is this one? Let's get into this one. Yay! Yay! Okay, this is the Lantern Oracle. Another one I was like, damn, I just got it. I just got it before I moved here. Did an unboxing probably a few months even before I moved. And I didn't get a chance to, with all the hectic stuff going on, to really work with it. But it is gorgeous. It is a Blue Angel deck, and it is just amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the backs. I'm so happy it's here. I was kind of getting jealous of people using their Lantern Oracle, and I don't really get jealous, but you know what I mean. I was a little like, oh, I wish I would have brought it, but I have to prioritize things. This is Metamorphosis, like that. I'm so happy it's here. I can't wait to work with this. I'm going to probably incorporate it into client readings. For sure I'm going to be using it for readings for myself and for my friends and family. But client readings, I'm also called to use this deck. This is gorgeous. Oh, love the just varied ages and the diversity in it, and the keywords and phrases. You know, that's important to me. Lantern. That's really important to me in a deck. If you're going to have keywords and key phrases, it really needs to be something that I resonate with for me to really use the deck. Otherwise, it becomes kind of a struggle. I have a couple of decks, even here, that came in this box that I have to struggle a little bit because of some of the keywords, and then it doesn't really always jive with the images, and so it takes some time to get to know them. And you know how time is with us folks who are adults and doing the adulting kind of things. We just don't have a lot of time on our hands to be learning all these new decks. What is this one? Yay! This is another one. I'm so excited. Tell me I brought the guidebook. I better had, because it doesn't make sense. Yes, I did. I did bring this one. The guidebook for the Sacred Creators. This is the indie version. Guidebook definitely came with me on the plane, and then I shipped it. This is another one where I was like, should I just go ahead and buy it? To buy the mass market and have it. And I may still get the mass market because I baby my Chris Ann decks, to be perfectly honest, when it's the indie version. But if you look carefully, even though the gilding is amazing, it's almost worn now because I was using this deck for client readings and readings for myself. Oh, there's a blank one. I actually keep the blank one in there because I'm one of those people. I'm so happy. I didn't know if I brought it or not. I couldn't remember, and I'm so happy I did, because the guidebook is amazing. The cardstock is divine. And Chris Ann is a genius, let me tell you. She's a genius when it comes to creating decks. Even just having this, the spark of hustle, and you go to her guidebook and you read that. I mean, yeah, you could totally go off in all sorts of directions with it. Shift the way to new potential. You totally don't need the guidebook, but the guidebook is magic. And I encourage folks to get their hands on either the mass market version, or if you can get the indie version, do that. But you know, don't deprive yourself. Don't do it. It's a great deck, especially for those who have like a creative job or a spiritual business. This is absolutely gold for me and has helped me tremendously over the years as I started to make my transition from corporate America, then to public sector, and now to working for myself. So I love this deck. I'm so happy it's here. Now I'm curious to see what this big one is. What are you? Probably an oracle, I'm sure. I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, I knew it. This is the Lunar Nomad, and I'm surprised that, because I did bring a few Lenormand, and I'm hoping I brought my Anna K. I haven't seen it, and I'm gonna be freaking pissed if I didn't, but I'll be all right. But still, this one I was using more like an altar, deck, where I would pull some cards and go with it. The guidebook is amazing. I'm pretty sure I brought the guidebook. It is designed to be a Lenormand/Oracle, but they're so large that in terms of working with it as a Lenormand, or trying, for example, to do the grand tableau. Yeah, not really happening for me on my little table, but in terms of just pulling like maybe 1 to 3 cards, oh my God, amazing. And probably why I brought it, I am freaking in love with the Uncommon Tarot. That one came with me. I am going to do a video of decks. I'm not going to mix any decks that I already brought here on the plane with the decks that were shipped here on FedEx. Also, then when I finally get my hands on the decks at my parents' house, I'll do a video then. But you will see some of the decks that I brought with me on the plane, and the Uncommon Tarot was one. And I am in love with that deck. I'm very much into collage style decks for sure. And if it's, you know, where you're taking images that look like they're back from, you know, another century, that's fine too. I like modern collage decks. I like collage decks that have that historical edge to it, if you will. I'll take that too. But collage for me is where it's at. And this deck is gorgeous. So I think what I was thinking was that I wanted to use it with the Uncommon Tarot, and I actually did. I actually started to incorporate this deck with the Uncommon before I left, and the readings were magical, and they looked gorgeous together. I probably might even do like a reading for the collective with them at some point in the future, maybe on Instagram, because I need to start giving my Instagram some love. Oh, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Ah, okay, so that was the large deck over there. Okay, I gotta sit you over here. You sit there. Let's see, what else? I already know this one, because I know that one. So we'll save some of the ones I already know for last. Let's see. I hear that it's bedtime. Okay, this one, the name has escaped me. Guidebook is with me here, and I'm upset that it has escaped me. God, I cannot think of it right now. It's going to tick me off and make me nervous until I figure it out. Isn't this gorgeous? Somebody help me in the comments if you recognize the card back or the fronts. If I remember, I'll try to remember it, like, or put a link. It frustrates me that the name escapes me. But for time's sake, I'm just going to go through these. Just going to go through them. And like I said, if I can remember, I will put it in the description box. But chances are I'm probably not going to remember to even go back to the description box unless somebody asks specifically about this deck in the comments. And then I will go on and research it. And I know I did an unboxing of this deck, and it's ticking me off that I cannot, for the life of me, remember. Isn't this beautiful? It's one of the few animal oracle decks I actually brought with me. There were, I think, a couple I packed away and a couple I sold to my favorite bookstore because, I'll be honest, I'm not always drawn to animal decks. They have to be quite special, and this one was. I love the guidebook, and I love the artwork, and this also makes me super happy with the elements right here. You got kangaroo, courage, and the elements here, which can be very universal for those of us who understand them and know them. And then you have a key phrase. So you don't even need the guidebook. It says, you are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. Right? Sometimes with animal oracles, what I struggle with them is that they don't always have the keywords, or some of them are like key phrases that just are like generic, and I'm like not feeling that. And if it's an animal deck without keywords or phrases, that's troubling for me, because I'm not like I'm a city girl at heart. I don't know much about animals and fauna and all that. I'm learning. It's a process. So I need help. This is a gorgeous deck. Look at this. Look at that raven card. So anyways, I want to remember, but I can't. God, it's driving me crazy. actually. But that's okay. What is this one? We already saw that one. Okay, we're almost done with this batch for the night, and then I will probably do a couple of videos tomorrow. Oh, I did bring it. Yes. Okay, let me show you what I brought. Lenormand decks. This is my Anna K. Pretty sure I bought the guidebook too. Guidebook for the Anna K. Lenormand. Freaking amazing. It may be the only one that you need, in my personal opinion, for a Lenormand. Now, granted, I have other texts for Lenormand study, but if you just want to get started, this is a gorgeous deck to do so. Here's Clouds. Here's Bouquet. I'm trying to get it to focus. Woman. This is a special deck. Check out my unboxing of this deck. Oh my God. The Lenormand is a system that I was exploring a couple of years ago, and then I just dive further and further into the tarot and kind of put my Lenormand to the side, but I'm going to get back into it. And whenever I do a Lenormand reading, it's always usually with this beautiful deck. It's just, God dang gorgeous. I think I brought most of my Lenormand decks, except for the mass market ones. The mass market I ended up keeping at my parents', but this is an indie version, so yeah. Here's two. This is, I think, one of the two Lily cards in here. All right, I'll keep going because for time's sake. Here is, I want to say it's my Earthbound Lenormand. It's not the wooden Lenormand. I want to say it's the Earthbound Lenormand. I have the Earthbound Oracle, which came with me. Love that freaking deck so much. It came with me on the plane, and I couldn't bear the thought of leaving the Lenormand behind, you know, for a long period of time. So here it is. Gorgeous. Love this. You know, this is very, you got the coffin card here, but here you've got simplicity, the star, right? So it just depends on the mood I'm in, on what I'm looking for to work with on a given day. Tower, isn't it gorgeous? Garden. Okay. All right. My daughter's bedtime, so I need to wrap this up, but I'll show you what this deck is. This, I love this little tarot pouch. This is my Centennial. It's not my Centennial. Actually, I ended up giving that to a dear friend. But I guess it's the borderless. It's not the Centennial. It's the Smith-Waite borderless edition. I love the shading of the back. And for some reason, I work really well with the borderless. The ones with the border were fine, but I ended up using that more as a teaching deck, hence why I ended up giving it to a friend who is learning tarot. And then I got the borderless one, and then I just started falling back in love with Rider-Waite Smith decks or Smith-Waite decks. And it's thanks to this little beauty. You know, just beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited it's here, to be honest with you, because I was missing it. And I was surprised by the fact that I was missing this deck, to be honest, because I don't normally go for the traditional when it comes to my tarot decks, but every now and then I needed it. You know, you just need a little tradition in your life. Well, there you have it, folks. That's this batch of decks that we're looking at tonight. I'm looking at my box here. I have maybe about maybe one more video, and then we'll wrap this series up because, yeah, I think I'm almost done and almost at the bottom of the box. All right, guys, I will see you later. Tune back in. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please like the video and also comment with me. I love reading your comments, chatting with you guys. It's just such a treat for me. And let me know in any of the videos that I'm doing in this series if there's some decks that you resonate with, and help a sister out with some of the titles. I will eventually circle back and try to update folks if they want on a particular deck. Like if you say, oh, at timestamp number this, what is that deck? Then I'll probably at that point know and be able to help, and maybe even send an unboxing video link. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and I will chat with you all later. Bye.